Jason Lawrence. With me again. We did the preseasons together. We did the pre-playoffs. So let's do the pre-finals. And I'm gonna brag a little bit because I had the closest prediction. I'm gonna throw it out there that Jason had the Bucks losing in the first round and the Suns losing in the first round.
Yeah.
I at least had the Suns in the Western Conference Finals. I had the Bucks losing to the Nets, and this like you all the what ifs in the world. If the playoffs would have been healthy, who knows if it would have been Sixers Jazz, both one seeds make it.
Mm.
Um, but yeah, I think this was probably a Kyrie Irving injury away from being Suns Nets. But like it's cool that I guess you could say new teams like the Bucks have been in the hunt for the last 2 or 3 seasons. The
Yeah.
the Suns without a Chris Paul trade, who knows if the Suns even make the playoffs? I've been pulling for the Suns to make the playoffs at the very least for like 4 years, probably ever since they drafted Booker.
Yeah.
And yeah, like Chris Paul is crazy. Like I've never been the biggest Chris Paul guy, but he's like the last of like that era. Maybe Carmelo, but you know Dwayne Wade got a few. LeBron obviously got a few. So this is Chris Paul's first final appearance, so that's cool in itself.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna put it out there before we even get into the conversation. I had some weather on my end, so this time I'll know why we have internet outages.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
what you think about like each team, like 2 seed Suns, 3 seed Bucks? What you think about each team like path to the finals?
It's funny. I didn't go back and listen to our last one because I thought I had it in my head. I remember picking Miami kind of as a lot of people I think were picking them kind of as a sexy upset in that first round.
Yeah, I mean nobody
Uh,
expected the Bucks sweep.
yeah, and then I know on the Western Conference end, we were kind of making jokes, but I wasn't going to pick against LeBron until he lost. So I mean, seeing the Suns there, neither one of them surprising at all.
Yeah,
Both are a really, really good team. And the Suns, like to your question, whether they're even there without Chris, I don't think they're there at all without Chris. Like
no,
I think people were saying for a long time that if you put the right guard next to Booker, he could really excel, and I think that's what we saw this year.
yeah, for sure.
So yeah, I mean, I'm not the most vocal Chris Paul guy, but I mean, I've always loved him. Kind of from a distance, if you will, because I mean, those Clippers teams were pretty annoying in a lot of ways. As much as I stand Blake Griffin, still, those teams were kind of annoying and hard to watch. But it's exciting to see him. I mean,
That's just the
see
Clippers like
Paul there.
aura. That's like the invisible cloak over the Clippers franchise. I know they were my finals pick, but I just thought matchups benefited them. And again, like injuries have dictated the whole playoff outcome. Like if Anthony Davis was healthy, does Phoenix beat the Lakers? If Kawhi is healthy, does Phoenix beat the Clippers?
Yeah. Nah, I mean, every year there's an injury every year, whether or not you remember it. If you go back, like, oh yeah, that's right, he was hurt. But yeah, it's like
It's part of the game.
everybody's hurt this year. It feels like. I mean, there's just there's no
Speaking
team
of,
that's. I mean,
game
Phoenix,
one's tomorrow, right?
yes, tomorrow night. Yeah, yeah.
So have they said, or do you think is Giannis out there? Like, I think he's out there no matter what.
I mean, I was just kind of clicking through to see if I could find anything before we got on. It all still seems like it's yet to be determined.
Okay.
But I imagine he suits up and tries. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to give it a test. But yeah, I mean, I think Phoenix is the only team that, I mean, Paul missed a couple of games because he caught the COVID.
Yeah. I
But he wasn't hurt.
thought he was close contact, but I guess he tested positive, right?
I think that's what they said, yeah. So I mean, but they're the only team that I think had an injury, right? And there they are. So,
Yeah.
it's crazy. I mean, of the teams that made it, I guess there were teams that strangely got eliminated that didn't have injuries, but I mean, as far as the Final Four, each of those teams had faced something. So yeah, I
Yeah,
don't know. It's crazy. It's funny to look at the fact that you have two teams that seem so hopeless for so long. So there's going to be a really happy fan base
yeah.
in a couple of weeks. Whether you've been suffering through Phoenix since the Nash, Amari, Stoudemire days, or suffering through
Dude, those were good
Milwaukee
teams.
since the Oscar Robertson, Lou Alcindor days. I don't know. I mean, they won in what, like 1970, something
Yeah,
like
I
that.
think
So,
Marv and Reggie were saying this is the first Bucks finals since '75.
okay, yeah. See, I feel like I want to say they won in '70, but neither one of us were alive then, so don't hold me
Yeah,
to that.
let me see.
But
It's probably on here somewhere. Let me
yeah,
see.
so that'll be exciting for. I mean, that's probably the coolest part of the finals overall is that no matter who wins, you're gonna have a really excited fan base that's been waiting a long time. So
Yeah, yeah. I just like looking at how the Bucks did it. I mean, so nobody, like I said, nobody expected them to sweep Miami. They're honestly, they're honestly like a half a KD shoe size from being at home anyway. And
yeah,
then, and then, I mean, like I was kind of like the Hawks were fun to watch, but they just didn't have enough.
yeah, especially once Trent was out. I
Yeah,
mean,
and then the Suns. I mean, I predicted them Western Conference Finals, but nobody saw the Nuggets sweep coming. And
yeah,
then
I'm sweet. Yeah,
what I it was I think I predicted like Clippers in 7, but again the Kawhi thing and
yeah,
I mean like Paul George by I take like just like Jake I'll take digs at Paul George, but by game 6 he was tired.
yeah. He was. I mean, he was, and he had a good series.
He had a
I
good
mean, he missed a couple.
playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, he had a couple of things here and there, like the free throws in that game,
Yeah,
or
everybody misses
whatever it
play
was.
free
But
throws.
like so he'll beat himself up for that for a long time, I'm sure. But yeah, I mean, he actually kind of like I think playoff P was for real this year in the sense of like you can say that and not laugh about it
Yeah,
because he was playing.
even though I'm still trying not to laugh.
So it's
Uh,
got. I mean, yeah, you got to think maybe if Kawhi is there, they probably win. You think, right? With how close it was without Kawhi.
yeah,
But then Chris missed the game, a couple games there too. So I mean, I don't know. The what ifs. I mean, those are better for beer when you're not really being too serious and just kind of clowning around. But yeah, it'll be fun. I mean, it clearly. I mean, it all hinges on Giannis, though. Is he
exactly.
going to play? Is he 60%, 75%, 90%?
I'm hoping because he got like his knee buckled, whatever, like hyperextended, and he was basically walking back on his own. Like his brother was
Yeah.
like there to assist, but he was walking back. I would assume he's good to go. Like I'm not. We talk about this shit on YouTube. We're not health trainers. We're not
Yeah.
coaches. So I would assume like it's the NBA Finals, and you never know when you're gonna make it back. So
Yeah.
I think if he's not playing tomorrow, he's playing Thursday.
Yeah. I can't imagine him not. Yeah, I can't imagine him not trying in game 2.
It's like
I mean, I was looking at all the writers, all the guys that just professionally pull out all these interesting stats. In the 2 games that they played, Giannis scored 80 points in 73 minutes on 60% shooting,
damn.
which is just a way to say he's getting in the paint, he's doing whatever he wants on DeAndre, and he's scoring.
See, I don't know though. I think the Nugget series kind of got Ayton like ready.
Yeah, he's. I mean, the DeAndre that's playing today is probably better than the one that played those 2 games for sure. But Giannis is just a handful. I mean, the closest comparison might be Shaq, right? Just as far as a guy who's like, you get him the ball,
He's kind of like a
on the block, and he's gonna
KD
score.
Shaq hybrid, isn't he?
Yeah, he's pretty insane.
He's like lanky like KD, but he's like huge and dominant like Shaq. Like that's spot on.
So I mean, if he's healthy, because I mean the Bucks are good.
Yeah, I'm looking at their roster. Like,
If he's healthy, I think they win.
obviously Giannis, Pat Connaughton, DiVincenzo's out, Drew Holiday,
Been playing well and it's been yeah.
Brook Lopez, Middleton, Bobby Portis, Jeff Teague, PJ Tucker. They've got a squad.
Yeah. I mean, in those last month, it took them a minute to figure it out without Giannis, but once they did, they just I mean, again, Atlanta obviously didn't have Trey, but they smashed those guys. Just
Yeah.
smashed because they're a good team. I mean, Drew Holiday's an all-star. Chris Middleton's an all-star. Lopez has been an all-star. Tucker's really good. Teague's really good. Bobby Portis is playing really well. I stand for my Irish grad. Yeah, grad. He graduated, right? Pat Connaughton. He's great in his bench role. They got a lot of talents. I mean, if Giannis is playing, I think they're winning. But
I know.
If he's playing at 70%, if he's playing at 100, I think they win. If he's playing at 70%, I still might lean their way. But I don't know. It's tough. It's funny. I was saying, I think before we got on, or before you hit record, a lot of people are picking the Suns. I think it's I think it's because no one knows what Giannis we're going to have. I mean, if Giannis can't go or he just doesn't look like himself, the Suns could win it in 6. That wouldn't be crazy. But I don't know. I'm still leaning Milwaukee, and maybe that's just because I like Giannis a little too much, and I'm not willing to admit that Giannis, that liking of Giannis, that fanhood is clouding my vision here. But I mean, I don't know. It'll be interesting because another thing that a lot of people pointed out is Suns are pick and roll heavy, and traditionally the Bucks just back off and let the guard shoot, right? But Chris Paul lives in the mid range.
Yeah,
like that's where he eats, So it'll be interesting to see how they play that, especially if they're without Giannis, because Drew and Chris and Middleton are probably going to be guarding Paul and Book, so they're going to be using a lot of energy on defense.
That's a crazy matchup.
They still have to turn around and score on offense, and vice versa, But it'll be interesting to see how that defense goes. I think Coach Bud, is still thought of as a guy who can adapt really well and make adjustments, as matchups need. So it'll be interesting how they play it.
Yeah, he got a monkey off his back too, because I swear he was rumored for maybe the Pacers spot if they would have got put out by the Nets.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that Brooklyn series, he was on the hot seat. He went from the hot seat to the finals in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And I was looking I'll check box scores every so often, and I swear the Suns bench has been non-existent all playoffs, but since somehow they're in the finals, so they're gonna need campaign to go off.
Yeah, I mean they've been doing they've been doing just an 8-man rotation.
Yeah.
Payne's been playing. Sarge has been playing. I mean, Torrey Craig didn't see the court a ton last series.
They got Etuan Moore.
I mean, yeah, Etuan was playing a little bit, but yeah, I mean, Payne's getting a lot. He's the most minutes of reserve there, I think, far and away.
Yeah.
Were they playing Kaminsky last series? I don't even remember if Kaminsky got on the floor.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, but yeah, they're gonna have to. I mean, we were already talking. Who's getting the minute. I mean, we named 8 guys right off the bat off of Milwaukee to play well and contribute.
Yeah, I would say overall Milwaukee has the stronger roster.
And I always lean with the NBA. I always tend to lean to the best player on the floor. And if Giannis is healthy, he's the best player on the floor, in my opinion. I don't think anybody's putting Booker up there yet. Book's really good, but he's not. He's not one of the 3 best players in the league.
No.
I think anyone you talk to is going to have Giannis as one of the 3 best. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, flip a coin. If Giannis is healthy, I'll lean Milwaukee. I'll say Milwaukee, and if he wasn't hurt, I'd say Milwaukee in 6. I think they're that good. With him banged up, I'd say Milwaukee in 7. But if he's not out there or just can't play, then I think it's pretty easy to say, oh yeah, well Phoenix has got this thing. Giannis is going to be the difference maker.
Yeah, I wanted to say Suns. You're bringing up good points, and then I I'm looking at this shit. Jeff Teague definitely isn't Chris Paul, but it's kind of funny how Chris Paul and Jeff Teague both like put out their old teams to get to the finals.
Yeah.
Because Jeff Teague got PT in Game 6.
Yeah, he was playing a little bit.
Yeah, man, I want this to be like Devin Booker's like coming out party. Like I'm still rolling with the Suns. They have home court. If Giannis is hobbled in those first 2 games, even if he gives it a go and Ayton takes advantage, I hope what's his name? I hope Monty Williams is listening to this. I blanked on his name. And that too, like him and Chris Paul got history, so it'd be cool for them to get one together.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I would be very happy to see Chris Paul get a ring because I don't think it's a question. Well, I mean, I guess it is a question because of Magic Johnson, but I don't think it's crazy if people like Chris Paul's the best point guard that's played.
Yeah,
Magic's there, and I know John Stockton's there, but
this could also be his. This could also be his like Gary Payton, Reggie Miller, Patrick Ewing, Stockton Malone finals that they make it and they just lose and that's it.
Yeah. So it would be good to see him get it because then he doesn't have to have that. There's never going to be that. Whenever he retires, and finally in a couple of years, it's never going to be a but he never won. So I'd be very happy to see Paul win for that reason because I think there's no. Again, I don't know. These arguments are kind of whatever, but I don't think there's any questions in the top 3 there with Stockton and Magic. And if he gets one, maybe some people then start to put him ahead of Stockton.
Yeah,
because he got the ring. So yeah, I mean, and like you said, Book's fun. He's fun to watch play. And Ayton, a couple of years ago, we were all like, man, they messed up.
Yeah.
Take number 1. Oh, man. They're going to regret that, aren't they? And now it's like, no, maybe not,
Yeah.
It doesn't look so bad.
He's in the draft class.
Yeah, it doesn't look so bad. So you lean to Phoenix, but hesitantly?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Pick how many games?
I'll say 7.
Okay. Yeah.
Because it's like they're strong, and did we pick games for the playoff predict? I think we picked games.
I think we were saying games, but not like.
I don't think I picked them to sweep, and that they swept the MVP.
Yeah, which that's a whole other conversation. But I still don't think it's the MVP. But anyway.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, like Jokic definitely wasn't my choice. But I don't have a vote. But like both of these teams got sweeps.
Yeah.
So it's like
I mean, I'm not surprised Milwaukee swept Miami, but again, I was leaning Miami as the sexy upset there, which looks silly now. Now I'm saying Milwaukee's going to win it all, but that's the NBA, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. As a fan too, again, I want 7. I'd like to see 7. It's funny. I wasn't even thinking about this until I read somebody writing about it. But Chris Paul has had a lot of playoffs get derailed for various reasons, including injuries of his own.
Yeah, we thought it was about to happen again.
It's like this is the farthest he's made it. He's played a lot of minutes. Maybe getting that COVID can help him be the difference. Maybe because that took a couple of games off his legs.
Yeah,
maybe not worry about it, but. That would be a worst case scenario if Paul gets hurt and can't play. So definitely don't want to see that. Knock on wood for Chris Paul.
Did you see that stupid post that said like PJ Tucker's eliminated a former Rockets teammate in every round?
No, but that doesn't surprise me with how many guys went in and out of Houston in the last 5 or 6 years.
I forget who was on the Heat, but I'm blanking on Harden for the Nets and then Clint Capella for the Hawks.
For the Hawks, okay. And then the Heat would have had one of his teammates from.
It had to have been somebody in the Oladipo trade.
Yeah, gosh, I don't know. That's interesting. That's one of those fun stats that come. Yeah, I wonder who it was. Now it's gonna drive me crazy. Who was on Miami that would have been his teammate? It's like, do I have time to click? You can edit this.
Ain't no edits out here.
Miami Heat.
Background,
Frost.
road to the finals. Man, this
Trevor
isn't road to the finals. Was it Ariza?
That would be my guess. Ariza was down at the same time as him, right? And the whole LA Clippers secret hallway fight thing.
Oh yeah.
Wasn't Trevor Ariza one of the guys leading the way in the secret tunnel?
Ariza's bounced around so much.
Yeah.
I've lost track.
It's got to be Ariza, yeah. Well, there's that mystery solved. So that's fun. Tucker's put out a guy each round, huh? That's funny.
You see,
yeah, I don't know. It'll be fun. I hope. Sorry, I'm yawning on your podcast. Been a long weekend.
No, he oh well, I don't know. Was 2018 Ariza and PJ Tucker in the same team?
I want to say yeah. Did Tucker go somewhere else between Houston and Milwaukee?
No.
I don't know. Let's
maybe that's it.
Pull up the Google machine here.
Yeah, I mean if I can go to.
Yeah, he was in Houston then. Houston, Milwaukee. He played. It's funny. He started in Phoenix. Yeah. So he would be beating his old team here.
Dude, I don't even remember PJ Tucker before Houston.
Yeah, he was there. I mean, those couple of Phoenix years they were not a good team. That's when they were drafting Booker and Sarge and Alex Lynn. You know, that was the kind of
here we go.
There's luxury there.
It is Trevor Ariza. Ariza, Harden, Capella, Chris Paul.
Yeah.
We're gonna need Chris Paul to one up him.
Yeah, I'm happy either way. Paul winning would be cool. Giannis winning would be cool.
And I'm a Central Division hater too. Like I don't want the championship in the Central Division if it's not the Pacers.
That's exactly what I was about to say. It's funny. I should hate Milwaukee. But they got guys on the team I like, so it goes. I guess I'm soft since I've left the middle of the country for
super soft. And you about to lose your point guard.
Still hate the Bulls though with passion. Hate the fans even more.
Pistons.
Hate the Pistons.
Yeah, if you're watching this on YouTube, let us know who you think wins, how many games, and I don't know. They want to. What's his name? Adam Silver wants to get the season back on track, so we'll do this again in October.
Yeah, hopefully this shit's gone and we're back to normal.
Yes, sir.